What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 227. We are back with so much to talk about from this weekend in fights. There is so much to talk about. I know we're probably going to spend like 30 minutes just on the main event itself. There is
Jimmy's going to yell a lot.
Oh, I'm going to yell a lot. There's so much that we got to get into, that we had an entire giant one championship event go on over last night, and there's just not even a chance to give that any real talks or anything. Quick shout out. So happy Christian Lee got that done. Defending his title.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Back. Let's go. Very happy to see that. Knees to the ground and opponent are nasty, and one championship is real nice.
Yeah, they are.
Bring them to the UFC, nice. Damn it.
Yeah, it was funny because it's like watching that. It was one of those things of like, as I've been watching more and everything, it's like I don't think Christian Lee stacks up like to the top of 155 like I originally used to, just like at the start of everything. But it's like, one, he's just a finisher. He'll just always have that potential against anyone. But the person that I thought in my head right away that I would love to see him fight, and it's just real wacky and would never see it, but him versus big news Paul Hughes, I would love to fucking see that, actually. That I feel like would be so much fun.
Fair enough.
That's so vicious.
Yeah. Because Paul is really good, but he'll be a little bit too safe and not do enough. And Christian Lee is gonna force him to work, because that's gonna be dangerous.
He goes for it.
I feel like that would just be so much fun.
Yeah. Bro's got 18 wins and 17 finishes. Like
yeah. But that was awesome to see from Christian Lee. Tekaru, oh my god, that was vicious what he did to Dennis Purich. Insane.
Yeah, what a great fight.
Yeah. Sad fights from Stamp and Superlek. That was sad to see. Stamp coming off super long layoff, so it's one of those things where it happens, And yeah, not the greatest performance from Superlek, but
yeah,
whole lot of good stuff on one. A lot of good fights. Go watch that. Ty Ruotolo did his thing. Rafael Lovato Jr. got a decision grappling. Yep. So a lot of good stuff.
Nabil on the decision in his fight.
Yep. But aside from all that,
moving on to what actually matters.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a quick.
Oh yeah, I get it. It was big.
UFC 322 from MSG, going into it, just actually having the hype and excitement of a true, real MSG card. 2 championship fights. Both of them are champion versus champion fights. 2 challengers looking to become. They obviously vacated, but it's like, both like challengers looking to become like double champ, you know what I mean? Just like just so much going into it. The fights underneath it on the main card were absolutely incredible. Like, just looking into it, not even like coming out of it, just seeing what it all was.
No, even the prelims were popping off heading into it. Like,
everything was so great,
and it delivered for the most part.
Yeah. That's where it's walking away from it. It's always one of those things where no matter how good or bad an event is, how it ends is the factor to it all. And when you have like all the history and everything that was on the line on this main event that we talked about between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena leading into it, there was so much build, so much hype and everything for Islam to go out there and basically with like 3 to 4 techniques make Jack Della Maddalena, as the reigning defending welterweight champ, the guy 15 pounds bigger and everything, look like he doesn't even belong in the UFC, was kind of embarrassing and pitiful to watch, honestly. And it was just something where it's like, because I listened to the Weasel talking about it, and it's just like, I feel like just kind of the same thing of why it feels so like anticlimactic is because there have been a lot of main events this year that have kind of ended in very not good ways.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I wonder if just the accumulation of all of that to now MSG, the biggest, where everyone's talking about this is the best card of the year, hands down. And for it to be a leg kick, a single and double leg, and top half position.
Yep.
That's what took down Jack Della Madalena's 18-fight MMA streak.
And not only just took that down, but like broke his streak in spirit. Like it was crazy watching that. It was crazy watching his corner be like, bro, wipe that sad look off your face. Like, go out there. You got this. You still have time to find the finish. You have time to do this. And Jack just not even answering. Just, yeah. Just defeated in the corner. Like, damn, bro. That was just sad. Like, it would have been so much better to have watched Islam get him out of there in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Than to have watched all of that just for Jack's sake. Like for Jack's sake, it would have been better to get finished early
even
than 5 rounds of that.
Too,
well,
just to get more credit.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like it was just bad.
Yeah, because after 5 rounds of a championship fight, Islam Makhachev wins by unanimous decision. I didn't even care to listen to the scorecards, honestly.
50-45 across the board.
Yeah, that's what I imagined. There was nothing, because that's where the thing with like Islam too, where he didn't ever really go or like try to like do anything unnecessary to like make any big moments. Like he would go for some submissions, but Jack is extremely scrambly and did great at defending those, but didn't even get accredited with any submission attempts.
Yeah,
which is kind of
crazy.
wild. But after 25 minutes, Islam Makhachev lands 30 significant strikes and 4 takedowns to 18 significant strikes of Jack Della Maddalena. Another crazy just thing with like looking at the stats and just everything too. It's like 19 minutes of control time for Islam Makhachev. So it's like that's, so like about 6 minutes on the feet. 20 significant strikes were landed for Islam out at distance. 10 of those are leg kicks. Went 10 for 10 on leg kicks against Jack Della Maddalena. That means at like 10 other strikes were landed between the body and head. Pretty sure about 4 of those overall were to the head at distance.
Yeah.
The one thing,
and Jack just didn't go for shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
no, yeah. I mean, the one thing that I will say, like trying to like, take emotion out of it and just look at like the picture. It's like fighters, when you do have 2 good fighters, it's easy to look like shit against each other because it's like Jack clearly has a striking advantage over Islam in the sense of like his power, like the way he throws, like his striking selection.
Yeah.
But Islam has the advantage of being way more defensively sound and being smarter. You know what I mean? And those 2 are just above all when it comes to that, because he was easily out of the way. He was easily just like, not eating big shots, keeping his own distance, and then timing it perfectly to then get the takedown and just get right under there. So then that puts in Jack's head of like, okay, I got to be careful. So then makes him kind of gun shy on the feet, because if he's throwing and he's fucking up, now he's getting taken down, but now he's not doing enough and still getting taken down. And then when you get to the ground, Islam is great on the ground and Jack is also pretty scrambly and just good. So where Islam isn't like Khabib, where he's super dominant and super just like, no, I'm taking you down and I will absolutely find the finish. It's like, he knows that Jack is scrambly. Jack found his scrambles at some point. So I feel like he was doing enough work to stay there and to win. But like, and he was being opportunistic with the subs, trying to wrap things up when he got it, which is why it's crazy that he didn't get any sub attempts. But like, he was
pretty sure there were at least 3 different Darcichan attempts.
Yeah, like he was definitely looking for certain things and trying to find it, but without giving up too much, because this is like the biggest moment in his career. You know what I mean?
Very true.
Tying Anderson Silva at 16 wins, getting the double champ and like winning the belt at 170 at his first fight, moving up 15 pounds. It's like there was definitely just a lot to lose, where it's like I feel like he definitely played it safer than he normally does. But I just feel like great fighters have the way of taking away from each other, that's just fair. A huge part. Jack was being so defensively sound to the subs on the ground, but that makes for Islam to not be able to do much, but he doesn't want to lose position and get back to the feet, where now Jack is at the advantage. Like,
no, 100%. That's the biggest thing, like on the feet with like Jack Della Maddalena, was the threat of the takedown, because as we saw, 4 for 4, like it was not able to defend at all. And there were some that Islam, like I believe it was in the 4th round or the 5th round, he just times it perfectly and just takes him down damn near immediately, and it's just like, god damn, this is...
Yeah, by the 5th round, he was just done, and that was just, literally he gets 4 minutes and 43 seconds of control time, and that wasn't clinching. That was straight up, like, on the ground.
Yeah. And that's where it sucks, because obviously just being such a big fan of Jack, and it's like at the end of the day, I did just want to see a good fight and just wanted to see a great performance, because it was just a big fight and there's so much on the line. And so that's where, like, because that's why it's hard, and it really does just show the absolute fucking greatness of Islam, that it's like, like you said, 15 fight win streak going in, trying to tie Anderson Silva's record. You have all of this pressure on you. You're going up 15 pounds for the first time in your career. You're fighting a champion that's undefeated in the UFC, an 18 fight win streak. Like, there is so much on the line. And the fact that you barely had to do anything to handedly destroy him and make him look like nothing, that is absolutely incredible.
Bro, I was just going to say, but he had Jack landing at a 29% clip. Oh. People talk about Jack like he is one of the best boxers in the UFC, best striking, like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I know I mentioned, like, in the preview when we were talking about how Islam is just, like, great with the defense. He has the highest defensive numbers in championship numbers, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was the lightweight champ, like going through like active champions, he had the best defense out of all of them.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And here he goes against the guy that's supposed to be one of the best boxers. 29% clip Jack landed at.
And specifically, like, even in the lead up in like promos and everything, talking about how like focusing on accuracy in the boxing and being accurate, landing with precision, and sub 30. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, and so that's where it's just like, Islam, man, so absolutely incredible of what he's been able to do. And one of the things that I really wasn't expecting, I did not think he would have such a seamless transition to 170 pounds, to be honest, because it's one of those things where a lot of people talk about of like, oh, Khabib being a weight bully and stuff, and that, like, wanted to see him move up. And like, I like, in the comparison, I thought Khabib would be a much better candidate for the champion moving up to 170. It's like when Islam fought Moicano literally weighed more than him the night of the fight when they fought each other as a former featherweight fighting Islam, who's talking about, struggling with the weight class and everything. So I thought that he would just be undersized and nowhere near as physical for the weight class moving up, or he would bulk on too much and it would just be like, just too much weight for him. And so like be slower and, not have as good cardio. Absolutely seamless transition from 155 pounds to 170 pounds for Islam Makhachev. Like, that was like that. I really wasn't expecting that, honestly.
No, 100%. Like, I do agree. Like, I thought Khabib would have been the, if I had to pick, he would have been the candidate that I would have been like, he's the guy who's going to be able to move up and be completely seamless, especially with like Islam, because like most of his fights, his championship fights anyway, were against 45ers or former 45ers, which everyone likes to bring up. But like then, now he's moved up to 170 and made the 170 champion look like he was the 45er in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When did like Islam have when was such an easy fight for Islam? You know what I mean? Like,
and that's where I wonder, it's like, everyone's body is different and stuff. So it's like, while he wasn't like the biggest 155er with you bringing up Moicano weighing in more than him, if it was just, he was keeping himself at a lower weight and just like struggling to make these weight cuts, but he just had to be a little bit bigger naturally. And now he's here and it's just like easy peasy,
Yeah.
No,
because even on the scales, the picture, like, he looked great on the scales. Like, there was barely any like sunken in or anything comparatively to what he looked like at 155. And the physicality was on point.
It's like his easiest fights since
we're short notice.
It's like obviously like Moicano, Bobby Green. That's what I was gonna say is his short notice fights.
It's like didn't like Moicano land like a pretty good shot on Islam that like kind of like like clipped him a bit like.
I mean, I probably clipped him, but I don't remember him getting hurt or rocked by any means.
I feel like Moicano landed a more effective strike in that little bit of time than what Jack.
It might have been more effective, for sure. Like, but I just,
I was about to say Islam went 1 for 2 for takedowns in that fight as well.
Yeah,
God
like
this. Moicano defended the takedown. God damn it, Jack.
Yeah, like this was it was so bad, man. Like the lack of fight in anything and willingness to go from Jack on the bottom, because that's where it's like, yeah, he's very scrambly, but it's like, yeah, when Islam would start to try and improve on position or go for submissions or whatever, Jack would be able to flow and move and be able to keep himself safe and actually have some sort of a role going on with him. But it's like once Islam was in top half, he just never tried to do shit. It was just, and then the only times he would try to really do shit, he kept on doing this thing where it's like he was reaching like his left arm behind the back of Islam and trying to like sit up. And every single time Islam would just put like a crossface on him and just drag him right back down. And it's just like, bro, what in the fuck are you trying to do here? Like, just go with the fucking basics. Grab an underhook, hip out, post, and try to fucking stand up. Build to a fucking base and do something. Like, anything other than just sit there and just go for technically wrong things and just struggle and waste energy. Like, it was just the dumbest, most infuriating thing to see possible from someone that scrambled and was able to move on the bottom with a broken arm against Gilbert Burns. Granted, I know Gilbert Burns is not Islam Makhachev, but it's like a fucking jiu-jitsu wizard. You're able to move and scramble and do that and get up and land something with a broken fucking arm in that fight, and you don't even attempt shit in this one. Yeah. It was just like, what are you doing, bro? Like, it just, and because, like, you know, just to your point earlier of, like, you know, talking about which, like, you know, it just like in such a big fight and, like, you know, Islam not looking as good. It's like, it's one of those things of like Jack just wasn't good enough to bring it out of Islam. Yeah, because it's like Volkanovski brought it the fuck out of Islam. That was a big fight with a lot on the line, and that was a great fucking fight because you had two legendary fighters fighting each other. It's like, it just like with Hamza DDP, it's like Hamza didn't have to do shit other than take him down and sit on top of him and just easily fucking win because there was just that big of a skill difference. Yeah. And yeah, it's like when, especially to a lot of fans, when you want the other guy to win really hard, because, you know, a lot of fans just, you know, one of those things, you know, Islam and Hamza, Habib, and, you know, there's no similarities going on, but it's like when you want the other guy to win and they literally can't do anything against very simple tactics, it's like, oh yeah, it's boring and whatever, but it's like, just shows how dominant and impressive that they are, that it's like Jack in DDP and these guys that are running through the division and looking so good, and it's like literally a handful of techniques in a sport where there's hundreds of techniques available to create such diverse skill sets in different fights. It just, just sit on top of you. You fucking suck, bro. Get good. Like that. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Islam, man. 18 fight win streak ended from Jack Della Maddalena. 22 fight win streak ended from Alexander Volkanovski. 11 fight win streak ended from Charles Oliveira. Between three men, he took down a 51 fight win streak. Get the fuck out of here. It's one of those things where it's like I know for me, and like it's been Ilya and Islam like at the top of the sport for a bit, and I've been very back and forth on both of them of like pound for pound of like each one of them has a performance, and it's like you're the guy, you know what I mean? Like this was honestly, because now having both of them doing something and moving up a weight class and fighting someone, you know, for a title, there are two big factors. One, Ilya moving up to 155, he did not fight the reigning defending champion. He fought a former champion who is, you know, taking on a lot of damage and stuff. You know what I mean? Obviously got the finish, and that was great. But it's like he did look a little bit slower in that, like in that performance. Like his boxing did not look as fast as Chris. I do not think he is built for 155 like he was built for 145. Islam moving up against the reigning defending champ. Seamless transition, like his skill, like he, if anything, looked better at this weight class. Yeah, Islam's your 100. Islam is your number one pound for pound fighter right now. There, I have that no doubt in my mind. I have been the one of if Islam wins this fight, you do Ilya and Islam for the 170 pound title for all of the glory, all of that, and everything. And it's like part of me is still like, yeah, that's gonna be massive. It's gonna be big, so you could still do it for that. With how Ilya looked at 155, I ain't got zero interest to see him fight Islam with how he looked at 170.
Yeah, thank you. Finally.
Right.
I have been saying, like, that's just not a viable idea, because then we're just keep moving. Like, Ilya just moves up. He vacates his first belt, then he vacates his second belt after winning it to then do this, because they would have forced him to do it because they're not doing any champ versus champ fights. So it was been like, just like, what the fuck are we doing here? But like at the same time, it's just like
for the glory, you know. It's for the triple champ status. It's for
no,
you know
I
what
know.
I mean. Like it's,
but it's like no, and I get that part of it, but also at the same time, like for a triple champ status thing, I feel like also like Ilya hasn't like of every fighter who's like has the potential right now, like before the Islam fight, let's say, who had that potential, I feel like he was the least deserving of it. I feel like Poatan would have been more deserving to be able to move up to heavyweight to become the potential first-time triple champion.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know, for me, like it just like there's a whole like a lot of people talk about just like the deserving of being able to like do this or that as a champion. In my opinion, I feel like if you at any point as a fighter want to go to a different division, you should just be able to do that in your career. It does, like, that should just be like, I want to move up or down, whatever, like that should just be able to be done. If you're a champion and you decide to move a division, you should probably just fight the champion of that division. So it's like, I personally don't give, it's not like you have to defend 3 times to be deserving. It's like, that's fucking dumb. If someone wants to move up and go fight, like, just do the fight. Like, that's like, I don't feel like, I don't know, like, there's obviously, like, you can build it to become bigger if, like, having them defend it, but it's like, I don't think that it's like, if Ilya wants to fight Islam, it's like, he doesn't have to, like, defend against Patty and defend against Armin and defend against Justin to have to be deserving of the opportunity. It's like, no, like, just, if he wants to vacate and move up, just let him do that.
It's like, I definitely see that point of, like, you know, being able to control your own career and just like do what you want to do within your career of like moving up and everything. But I'm not going to act like I don't understand the side of like deserving it, because it's like, at the end of the day, when champs do that, yeah, the UFC can throw an interim title on something. If it's not big, they're probably not going to, you know what I mean? So they're probably like, it just ends up holding up the division and other people's careers up in that sense. Like, now with 155, not a whole lot of contenders, not really holding much up there. But there are definitely other times where it's like, with him moving up, that does hold up as like some part of welterweight for a bit. And just like other times where it's like, bro, like, you have a whole division of people to fucking defend against. And like, you know, it's just, and for like the sake of the next champions coming, getting that respect of, you took the belt from the next person, not just grabbed it off the vacate and whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I just understand both sides of like letting people do what they want, but also it's like, it ruins divisions a little bit sometimes, you know what I mean? Fucking 155 has been cursed for 10 years now, like.
No, yeah, for real. And that is kind of the other part of it, is just like, where does like moving up, like you were just saying, with like, controlling your own career, but then like, where does that then affect other people's careers, and how are you how does that factor into everything? That's why it's like, I think there needs to be some type of minimum to it, at least, like, because it's just like, because then also at
struggling with
certain points,
move up.
Like, well, if you're struggling, like, that's one thing. I'm just talking about like with Ilya moving from winning the belt, defending a couple times, and then moving up to 55, vacating, moving up to 55, and then immediately winning the belt, then vacating, and then moving up again. It's like, no, that's too much for me. Like, in my opinion, I think that's just weird. Like, I get the glory aspect of it, but at the same time, it's just like, at that point, what did the 155 belt even mean?
On that night, he was the fucking best guy at 155. Like, it's the same as winning a title and at any other point. Like, it's because it's, you know, like, that's like, I don't know, like, that, I just feel like it's just because all with like it holding up divisions or anything, that is strictly on the UFC. Like, they are the ones that control like the timelines and everything and how they decide to do that. If Ilya is like, I'm vacating this title and I want to go up to 170 and fight for the title, that is all on the UFC of how it like all plays out and like what gets held up, because it's just like, like, I don't care if he goes in and fights for like another championship fight, but it's just like, for the UFC, if they're going to be like, oh, well, like, moving up a second division that fast, like, okay, well, now go prove yourself in that division. okay, well now that's the risk. That's what he decided to take. Like
that I would prefer. Like if
so
he wants
Yeah.
to move up, then it's like, yeah, throw yourself into the mix, but don't just go right into that, because
That's
it's like
what-
I feel like the UFC controls it to an extent, because it's like, let's say, you know, with like this fight happening, you don't know how much damage is going to be taken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like this could have been
Mhm.
way more of a back and forth war where it's like Islam isn't ready to come back immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if Jack had won, he's not ready to come back immediately, where it's like you can just plan like, oh, this fight happened, so we'll just, you know, like around February or
Mhm.
March we could do this, and then we can get the next person in by the summertime. You can't plan for that because dude might not be ready for the summer until the summertime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then now you're throwing that fight in there, and then it just, again, like you never know how much damage, and then it could just potentially elongate so much more. It could just further apart. So it's like, I definitely get that, like, yeah, the UFC controls certain things where they're like, no, I want to do things perfectly, and I want this fighter here and this fighter here. So sometimes that is the holdup of the timelines and everything. And it's like, holy shit, what are you doing? Why are you saving this person for this one specific card in 8 months? But like, that doesn't always have to be the factor either, you know? Like,
yeah.
But then there's also the factor with like fighters like Islam and Hamza, who are Muslim, who practice Ramadan and all that. Like that also then becomes a factor in everything, and it depends on like if they come out of this fight and like there's just an injury that's just a thing. It doesn't have anything to do with the damage from the fight. They did the fight, they got injured. Now it's like, okay, that's 3 months. Oh, that runs straight into Ramadan. That's now however long, and then they need to have their camp. It's like, yeah, that runs into, then all of a sudden it's July and we're sitting here like, yeah, we haven't had a welterweight fight in 7 months, 8 months. You know what I mean?
Although, but I do feel like more than anything, when it comes to like bigger fighters that are Muslim, like someone like Islam or someone like fucking Hamza, whatever. Hamza, prior to this year, couldn't even fight in the US, so that was already a big factor.
Yes.
But they try to save these stars for specific cards because they're huge, and so like that part's not on them. Because I just feel bad bringing up the Ramadan part, because I feel like that hardly ever truly plays a factor. You know what I mean? It's literally a fucking like 30-day stretch. It's just one singular month, and like if an injury runs into it, that is just such a specific incident that doesn't like happen very often. We've seen Bilal, like, you know, come into a fight like right off the catch, right after Ramadan. Pre-Ramadan, you're fine. Right after Ramadan, what, maybe you need like a week to adjust back to like your times and everything like that. But it's like, it's only 1 month that it like hardly ever actually affects the picture. I feel like that is almost always the UFC when it comes to Muslim fighters.
Like, yeah, because they always book them in fucking October, so fucking 5 months later is goddamn fucking Ramadan, and that's right around the time where they should be fighting again.
Yeah.
Then they're like, we're gonna do an Abu Dhabi card in the summertime, so we're gonna save you for there, but then you'll be back for Dubai or whatever, you know, like it's so
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, there are so many different like circumstances with so many different fighters that it's all just going to depend. Because like with like Jack, if he had won, like it feels like every time he does come out of fight, there is some type of injury, whether it be major or minor. It does, you know. I have noticed that. I don't know if there's going to be one in this one. Who knows? Like, but so it just all depends on the fighter in fighter specific. But I would prefer if you're going to move up and you have not done anything in the division, like this is also the thing that I'm talking about right now is so goddamn specific because it's a fighter who moved up, vacated after defending, moving up, and then just getting the belt, and then deciding to vacate again to move up again to get a third belt. Like that's never fucking happened. So it's like, oh, this is such a goddamn specific scenario where it's just like, yeah, I'd prefer if he does vacate, he moves up, and then like, yeah, fights like a #1 contenders fight or something. I understand the UFC doesn't want to do that. Why you wouldn't want to do that? Because then that can, if he loses, that ruins the whole thing, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, oh, well, that's the risk you have to take.
No, yeah. And that's where it's one of those things that it's just, it's all like times and scenarios and all that, because it's just like, if it's like, oh, Islam's like, yeah, I want to fight in February. Like, let's say, or whatever, you know what I mean? And like, I know that's the Australia card, you know, and it's but like, if he was just like, yep, that's where, and it's like, and then it's like, yeah, you have fucking Michael Morales and fucking Carlos Prates and Ilya all like trying to get the fucking shot against Islam. And if fucking Michael Morales and Prates are just like, oh no, I'm not ready for February. Well, you got someone in Ilya that, you know, if he's like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Like, it's one of those things where it's just like, just because like, like timelines and things like happen where it's just like, even if it is the next fight or whatever, or just because you do that, it doesn't necessarily hold shit up. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I know.
It's
It just all depends
and
on what it is.
Because it's just like, I don't know, I'd rather get a title fight in sooner from champions, and like instead of just and it be like whoever, instead of just like, oh yeah, we're gonna wait fucking 9 months for it to just like get this like perfect matchup on the right date and the right time. You know what I mean? Like that shit's so annoying. Like I'd rather know, like, what if they want to fight 4 months later, even if it's not the fucking right guy that everyone wants to see or whatever, in a division like welterweight where there's a bunch of contenders, just throw somebody the fuck in there and just keep it going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah. But anyway, Islam wants Usman.
Yeah. Okay. So
I don't think that's an easy fight.
Yeah. So here's like it's so interesting, man. 170 is so wild, especially with Islam being the champion now. Like that it makes the division so different and wet, because we've been talking about how great this division is and like all these contenders and all that, and it's just been something of like, we know Islam is moving up and he's gonna fight for the title, but it's like, how's he gonna look? All of these things. And after that performance and everything, and just because we've also had other welterweight contenders fight on the card, you know what I mean? Yep. So like we got a lot going on.
Got one fight next week as well. Like,
yep. It's like, I feel like the hardest matchups for Islam in this division are Shavkat, Michael Morales, and Kamaru Usman.
Yeah.
I feel like those are the 3 people that have the best chance. And you're probably like, out of those 3, you probably have Michael Morales like higher up, or like a better likelihood on that than probably what I would.
Out of those 3, no, I don't think so at all.
Okay, because it's like, but like with Kamaru Usman, man, I don't give a fuck that he's old and like and he's clearly on the decline. This dude is still so goddamn good, and it's one of those things of, it's like, it's actual legendary fighters, of like how easy this was of a fight for Islam moving up against a bigger guy in JDM, but struggled against a much smaller guy in Volkanovski. It's all skill levels, you know what I mean? Yeah. Kamaru Usman is legitimately one of the greatest welterweights of all fucking time to ever compete in that division. And it's like, even if he doesn't have all these physical attributes that like some of these younger fighters have or whatever, it's like, he is so smart and so technically solid when it comes down to the striking and just putting a jab out there, having good fucking footwork, knowing how to cut off the cage, great counter wrestling, and good wrestling himself. It's like, some of these guys, like Carlos Prates, like he probably has the best chance of like one punch type shit to knock out Islam out of someone in the division. Yeah. But it's like, actually looking of skills and how a fight plays out, I'd probably give Kamaru Usman a better chance to actually find a knockout on Islam than what Carlos Prates could, because he can actually sit behind a jab, probably land it on Islam, defend grappling scenarios,
that's the biggest part.
Put shots on him to actually hurt him and get him out of there.
Yeah.
That defending the takedown is the biggest part, because I'm sorry, Leon Edwards timed you. Like, and I know Leon gets takedowns and stuff, but he is nowhere near the grappler that Islam is. Like, so it's just like, yeah, he was able to time you, but like, it's like, okay, then what's Islam going to be able to do? And then Leon also took your back in that situation. Yeah. So it's like, it does become harder.
Though, that's also a big thing when it comes to grappling for sure, though.
No, yeah, it is, but like, Islam's like that, again, though, the skill level is just so different.
I get that, but I mean, shit, it's like Hamza got his back, and it's not like he really did much with it. It's like, you know, like...
What?
Usman? Like, Hamza.
Oh, Hamza. Okay, I was like...
Like...
I was talking about for Prates.
Yeah.
When you said Prates, I was talking about Prates.
I gotcha.
Not Usman.
Yeah, I thought, sorry. I thought you were talking about Usman with, like...
No.
No.
Because the last thing you were talking about was Prates might have the best chance of one punching it, like, because of certain aspects. It wouldn't
kind
be
of bringing him up, but mainly talking about you're good. Yeah, like that. Yeah, Prates, I don't think like he just has the puncher's chance. Like that's just that's yeah.
Like, I mean, if he lands it,
he could
potentially
get it, but
definitely potentially put Islam out, but like, does he get the chance to land it?
Such a big if.
Yeah, it's hard. I feel like he's too patient and stuff but and that and because even with like Shavkat too, it's like motherfucker has to get healthy and get fucking in there. It's like I don't
want to see him in there right away. You know, it's
I'm mixed on it. I am.
I'm kind of not, because it's like, and you know, I love Shavkat. Definitely been, and I know you do too. But just so that this isn't taken of like, oh, I'm talking shit or whatever, you know. But it's like, I know he's ranked number 3.
Yep.
But who the fuck was his last one? Ian Gary. That's what it was. I keep forgetting. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So exactly. His last 2 wins are fucking Wonder Boy and then Ian. He was supposed to be in a title shot there. So like, you know, that sucks. Like Bilal pulled out and then Ian's ends up stepping in. But the division has simply moved on.
Yep.
He was only in the Bilal title picture at that point because everything else hadn't moved on yet. Sean Brady hadn't gotten that win over Leon Edwards, who Bilal is not Bilal. Shavkat hasn't fought since then. Sean Brady already got a win and then fought on this card here, and we'll talk about that later. We have just all these contenders that have gotten big wins, gotten wins in the top 5, that have lost, that have won, that have just done so much more, that have actually put themselves in that deserving spot, opposed to just being that undefeated guy in the division that was looking like a killer. So because there was not that clear guy, they were just going to throw him in there. You know what I mean?
Bro, like Carlos Prates has literally performed his entire UFC career, and Shavkat has fought 1 time since Carlos Prates has made his UFC debut.
Yes. So there we go. It's like the division has moved.
This dude wasn't even like, it's
like, while he should have been in that title fight then, I just don't know if that necessarily holds up to now that you just immediately put him in there, because it's like, bro, you have been injured in your past 2 fights, which good for you. You've showed up. And like, I do like think that does give him points.
Yes.
Where it's like one more fight,
Yeah.
just one more fight, have a good fucking contenders fight. You know what I mean? And even if it's not necessarily number 1, where your opponent, if they win, would get that title shot, which I mean, if you're beating Shavkat, you probably should.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's like, one more fucking win in there and just prove that you're healthy and you can turn around from this fight. Like,
I know, I feel like that's the better way to go about it, but I'm also kind of getting to the point of like, we should probably just do the Tatiana Suarez
and just throw him in there before he's unable to ever actually make it, because he's 36 and he's been riddled with injuries. And he no. I'm saying I'm sorry.
Oh my god, you gave me a heart attack for a second, bro. I was just like, what skip just the fuck happened that he's 30?
My bad.
In the hyperbolic time chamber.
All of a sudden, he's 36 years old. He's been riddled with injuries for the prime of his life, and he never got that title shot because he was supposed to fight one more time. Sorry.
I'll say 31.
Because that's the thing. It's just like, bro. It's like when he does it, like, there's no even talks of him coming back of a timeline or anything like that.
He wants to come back first quarter of 2026.
Okay, and then it's like, let's say he comes back first quarter, and it's like, okay, like you said, just do the one more fight. Let's say it's April. Oh, he's injured, out for another year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you know, it's just like it. Yeah, it just.
It sucks.
Yeah.
One of those things where I kind of do agree. Just depending on when he actually is able to come back, when he's actually medically cleared and is able to come back. And depending on what he actually wants to do, like, there's a possibility you could still have, like, Usman or Morales or Ilya, if that's the one that has to happen, fight Islam, and then he comes back. But he wants...
Ilya versus Shavkat.
That's interesting. But...
Sorry.
I know. But, like, where it's like, he wants to come back the first quarter... Does he really need to come back first quarter? If we get him in there again, if we get, like, let's say Islam in there, like, February, which I know that's the Australian card, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he can fight in May. You know what I mean? And then we just have him fight Shavkat then. But it just...
Yeah, it
depends on what everyone wants to do. Because who knows when Islam wants to come back. If he wants to come back...
No,
First quarter, but, like, Shavkat actually cannot come back first quarter. You gotta do something.
Yeah. But yeah, so there a whole lot of contenders to be available for Islam. Just we'll definitely have to see how it all plays out. It's really just going to depend on when Islam's ready, and majority of like who he wants to fight next. I feel like that's going to hold the biggest sway into that.
Yeah.
But
we've probably been here for so long.
I know, and it's just like, and I just feel like it's like, bruh, I feel like we just haven't even done enough to just give Islam like his credit and everything of how historical like what he has done. And it's like 6 title wins across 2 different divisions, 16 fight win streak. He has finished a vast majority of his wins at this point in the UFC. And it's like, I do feel like his win streak is probably better than Anderson Silva's. And even just the fact, I know that like Anderson, obviously a longer title run. So like, that's just a bigger thing, but it's just like the fact of him moving up to fight the champion in the division above, where Anderson would move up here and there to fight fuck fighters that he should easily beat at 205. And so, you know what I mean? It's like, I just feel like I feel like what Islam has done is more impressive. And then just even the fact of like, when like after Anderson getting that, it's one of those streaks where it's like, well, that's never getting touched. Like, you know, even it's like his streak ended 2013. It's like that was almost 13 years ago at this point. Not so long ago, but that's like a little over 30 years into the sport. You know what I mean? So it's like that's still pretty early on, that it's like that's early time shit that you just feel like it's never going to be touched again. For Usman to hit 15, that was goddamn incredible. And for fucking Islam to tie the record, moving up a division, probably the hardest divisional gap to close in the UFC, like that, goddamn impressive, man. Like, and to do it in one of his easiest performances to date, like incredible, absolutely incredible.
I was about to say, Kamaru, right? You know, was the closest before Islam. You got Rob right there at 14 right now, about to catch up to Usman.
Yeah, that's so crazy, bro.
Like, we have 2 of the longest streaks going on actively right now.
That is kind of wild, yes.
And the thing about Rob is, if I remember correctly, he lost his first 2 UFC fights as well. Yeah. If he had won those, he potentially would have already caught up. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, like he'd be at 16. That is fucking wild. Yeah, man. Like it's so impressive. Legendary shit right now.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things that it's like if you're upset about it, it's like, well, I guess like fighters that have better grappling defense, because I know that's my problem. Moving on though. From one historical shit fuck fight to another historical shit fuck fight.
Okay, this
takedown
defense.
God damn it, bro. This shit was cursed.
Yeah, but like this one was at least a bit more understandable. Where it's like, you know, Valentina is literally just one of the fucking greatest combat sports like people in the world, you know, like just especially women, like incredible. Zhang Weili has a great record too. She is a great fucking combat sports athlete, but like, bro, the way they said that they were an inch different in height and like reach or whatever, and Valentina made her look like she was a strawweight and that she should not have moved up.
Yeah.
She was technically better everywhere and just looked so much bigger than her. The way that Weili just absolutely struggled to get into range was getting her body ripped. It was just, she didn't have anything for her. And I don't know, this one just made more sense to me, but it was so on par of the main event where it was just like, hey, every round starts on the feet, but every round's ending on your back. Like,
no, like,
yep.
No, 100%. Like, speaking to what you were saying, where she made her look like a strawweight out there, it's like, Valentina just went out there and was like, oh, you can lift Shaq up off his feet. Cool, I went 8 rounds with Amanda Nunes. Get the fuck out of here, you're going to the ground. I do not give a fuck about your physicality. I am the more physical fighter in here.
Yeah, and it's so I don't understand, like, it's things like that it's just like, I don't understand life. I don't understand how things work or like, or just anything, you know what I mean? Because it's just like, like, how in the fuck do you have like, where it's just someone like Rose, who isn't like, it's like she's not a big fit, like she wasn't big at 115, wasn't physical. She moves up to 125, and it's like, it's not like she's obviously like, you know, like, oh, physical there or whatever. And it's like she is like showing to be like a little undersized, but like it hasn't been crazy for her, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then Jessica Andrade and Zhang Weili, the two most physical fighters in that division's history, move up to the same weight class. And it's just like, bro, go to atom weight. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
No, for real.
I don't understand anything about nothing.
Shevchenko,
I don't know anything.
I mean, granted, Weili did move up to 125 and fight the best 125er in the world. So, like, there is that. It's not
so
like
did
she just moved
Jessica.
up. No, but I mean, in the sense of like Jessica also has bounced back and forth and taken other losses
like,
at 125 and struggled in different ways. And like with Rose, with her wins and her losses, it's like her wins are Hebas and Miranda Maverick and Tracy Cortez. Not Valentina.
Yeah. No, and I get what you're saying.
I'm sure that Zhang wouldn't have looked so outclassed and outsized against certain people either.
Like with the Jessica thing, like you got to remember, she was jumping down from 35 down to 25, then to 1. Well, no, it would have been 35 to 15, then 25.
Yeah. Yep.
And the thing was, like when she was first jumping up, it wasn't that bad. Like it just like the skill sets of 125 has finally caught up to where she cannot physically fight at 125 like she used to. But Valentina was the first one to make her look like that at that division.
No, yeah. And it's like, it like what it's just funny too of how like we like, you know, obviously like, you know, we had the two champ versus champ fights and all that for this, but it's like Islam like we had like recently a 1 versus 2 pound for pound fight on the men's side with Islam Volkanovski. Same scenario and well, I guess like, you know, Volk was the number 1 pound for pound guy and like the smaller one moving up where Valentina's number 1 pound for pound and she, you know, but it's like we had that and it's like incredible fight and all that. And then it's like, we did that on this side and it's like, oh man,
there's levels.
That was And it's just like to your point though of saying how like it wasn't as bad as the main event. It's like Zhang Weili in getting dominated and like all of these things that I was saying in the same way landed more significant strikes on Valentina than what Islam did in winning against Jack. So that's where it, you know what I mean? It's like only by 2 and Valentina winning was only at 41, 11 more than Islam. But it's like the numbers were at least a bit more. There was slightly more action. There was something more going on. But it was like, in the preview of talking about kind of how like, with the footwork and how like they both bounce with their feet in like, but much different ways where Valentina's the plotty just sitting there and Zhang is going to be more mobile and moving around. And just like, just how is that going to play out? It's just like, well, we found out. Zhang like you said, she looked tiny in there with her. It was crazy. And it just was so out at range, just moving all around so far away that, Valentina's like, I'm just going to stand here and wait. Oh, you're in my range. Kick to the body, head kick. But you know what I mean? And it was like in the 4th round, I really thought that Valentina was going to get her out of there with a head kick because it was just the accumulation of body shots. Zhang really wasn't liking them. And just the way that she was ripping them to the body, it was like she landed 2 in a row and it's just like, bro, that head kick is fucking coming like that. And then she threw it up, didn't land it clean, but it was just like, oh man, it was. That was sad to watch but it's also one of those things. I also feel like it didn't feel as bad because it's like you're watching Jack in the corner get broken and Zhang's just kind of still like upbeat and smiling, just kind of like, okay, got to get back out there, and you know, and just it still goes the same way. But then afterwards, she's like, yep, I'm okay, I'm gonna be fine, we'll get back out there, and you know what I mean. So it's just like that's a champion right there. You know what I mean?
Sure is.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think that Weili probably moved. Like, that's the biggest question, right? Does she stay or does she move back down?
She moves back down. She wasn't struggling with the weight class. There just wasn't much more going on for her there. She's obviously not retiring, but there's just no reason to become a contender there with such a dominant. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just pretty sure she's gonna move down.
The UFC shouldn't not let her move back down. In my opinion.
Oh, okay.
We don't need to see the immediate like levels. Bro. Like this already shows like how technically bad strawweight is right now. That it's like Zhang was just light levels above everyone, and she moved up and like she did nothing against Valentina. Where it's like Manon Fiorot did better, Alexa Grasso did better. You know what I mean? Like just average contenders did much better. It's like we don't need her to go back down and. Like, bro, look at what Jessica Andrade did to fucking Mackenzie Dern.
That's our champ. Don't
Yeah.
disrespect her.
No, yeah, that's true.
You want to let Zhang Weili fight her? What?
I just.
That's a fun fight.
It is a fun
Kenzie
fight.
goes for
It's
it.
brutal.
Hey,
It's
I just-
brutal as shit.
I would just like to point out, Mr. The UFC should let people move weight classes when they want, saying that they should force Weili to stay.
Yeah.
The hypocrite.
Yeah, Jimmy's such a piece of shit, bro. He just be talking out his ass.
That's because you can't make a division look that bad though. Like that's why I don't want fucking Islam to go and fight Usman next and then fight another contender. Because the way he did Jack and the way he's gonna get a split decision win over Usman and the way he's gonna fucking like pick up Morales and just dump him on his neck and make him unconscious and under a round or something like that, bounce out of the division and make everybody look like shit. It's like we don't need that.
I'll be honest, I think Islam might be able to knock out it.
He could, but it's like, but that's sure where it's like it could just go real bad where he just makes the division look like trash. You know what I mean?
But going back.
Yeah.
Like, we need to stick to the subject at hand here.
I don't even know what the subject is anymore.
The subject at hand
Valentina.
is Weili moving down to beat on Mackenzie Dern.
I guess, sure, why not? No, the proper thing is you give Jessica Andrade the title shot, let her beat the dog shit out of Mackenzie Dern again, and then you could do the rematch with Jessica Andrade and Weili. That would be more fun.
That's so true. I do agree with that. Either
That's
way, Mackenzie Dern is getting her fucking ass beat though, so I'm not sure how that part matters. Like,
yeah, I feel bad for her. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But after this fight, Valentina said that she's down to fight like whoever wins at 135. Fucking Amanda Nunes out here, like, yeah, I'm gonna beat up Kayla Harrison and move down to 125 and take that belt too. And it's like,
why not?
We're all just under the wrong impression. We all thought she was fat and happy at 145, but like she was really just fat and happy at 135 too. So 125, she's just gonna be ripped and shredded, and you know,
like what match, bro?
Do you imagine?
If she could comfortably, man, that would be
just
stupid.
6-pack ripped. What, bro?
I just want to say, so far
for Valentina, bro.
So far, between their trilogy, it went from a split decision to a unanimous decision. Does she move down to 125 and then knock out Valentina?
Well, no, she won by unanimous decision, then won by split.
I was pretty sure it was the other way around. When I was looking at
because the split decision was in the title fight over 5 for sure. I just looked at it today.
Yeah, it was unanimous then split.
Damn it! I fucked that up. But that is funny though.
Yeah.
She could still though. Imagine she moves down to 25 and then knocks out Valentina. It's like, what?
It'd be fucked up. That'd be fucked up. Yeah. That's like stop separating like men and women's GOAT debate and just Amanda's top 5 GOAT all time. You know.
I was about to say she'd be a 3-weight class champion.
Yeah. Yeah. But
she sticks around to knock out Alexa Grasso just to make sure that she has every 125 and 135 and 145 champ under her belt.
Fuck it. If she were to move down, beat Shevchenko, give her Grasso next, please. Let's just make it.
Yeah, just for that extra accolade. You don't deserve this, but Amanda does.
Exactly.
Now you do the right thing, have Jessica Andrade move back up to 125, and you book that fight.
That's not the right thing.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I thought we were gonna like have her fight Andrade and then Rose and then Weili. Like,
I have 3 of the. Have half of the strawweight champions, yeah.
I thought we were just gonna have her have like 10 champions in the UFC under her.
Actually,
resume.
You know what? That would be sick. Hell
like,
yeah.
Bro,
you know what?
Like, bro,
fuck all that.
GDR, Cyborg, Holly, Rhonda, Misha, Juliana, Valentina.
So many
like,
names,
yeah, she's
bro.
literally already got like 7 or 8. Like, those are that is fucked up, bro. Oh my God.
You know what? Fuck it all. She moves down. She beats Valentina, right? You let Mackenzie Dern move up.
That's illegal. Mackenzie Dern is the one person. Mackenzie Dern is the one person you do not allow that to happen to. That is straight up like
she got dropped 4 times by Andrade.
Exactly. Nunes is only gonna need 1.
You're a monster.
Yeah, bro, you're just
my
fucked up, and I feel like
God.
people don't get it. Like,
Oh my God. All right. But
I'm
yeah,
crying.
good shit for Val. It really like at this point, it's like Natalia is interesting. Like we still got to see that for sure, but it's like let her move up to 135 and just fight champions there. Like just do that because that's where it just seems like the challenge is going to come from. Just fighting people way bigger than her.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, let's go. That's a lot of time on the main and co-main. Let's get to the good shit on this main card.
yeah,
bro.
Oh my
because this
God.
featured bout, I know
I got mixed feelings.
Well, like I know in the preview, like talking about it, that's like, yeah, Sean Brady should win, just higher levels, done more things, like blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the morning of happened, and I was like, Michael Morales is gonna win this fight, and I chose him on Tapology and everything because I was like, nah, like he's gonna do this. And the way he went out there and because I know that dusted him just like one. It was like one of like the first big shots that really landed that Sean Brady was clearly hurt.
Yeah.
But that's where like the problems came in because the second Sean Brady was clearly hurt, Morales threw all technique out the window and just went for it. Obviously he got the knockout, but like you can't do that against everyone because some people are gonna capitalize. But like I really like seeing him go into it because it's like he's normally more of like a tall man type of fighter, and he uses that like reach advantage to his advantage.
79-inch reach at welterweight monster.
At 6 feet tall. Yes, stupid. So going into it and just seeing that he had just a way lower posture, he had his hips put back. He was striking efficiently up until he hurt him, where he then went crazy and like I said, technique out the window. But just like being able to strike efficiently and just like changing it up and like having that game plan, knowing that Sean Brady is a grappler and just making it harder for him to get inside, grab that body lock, and be able to actually grab a takedown on him, which didn't last long enough to actually see that in full effect. It was still nice though, Sean did go 0 for 1 on takedowns, but like it was
okay, but that one was when he got hurt.
Exactly.
It was like not really anything doing there, and then like he gets pushed back. And then the finishing sequence.
Like, we didn't get to see much, but it was nice to see that at least because it could have potentially helped him if it got there.
Because then that finishing sequence of like straight right, shovel hook. Brady is just chicken leg, just falls to the ground, then to the ground and pound from there. Just like
wasn't it like a 4-piece combo or something at the end? I think that like he finally like clipped him.
Yeah, I just know there were the last two before he went down were that straight that hit him right on the side of the head temple area, and then that shovel hook that hit him right on the chin. Is when he finally went down, and then ground and pound from there.
Yeah, because that's where it like you said, it just started fucking like he got him hurt right away.
Yeah,
and just the wild overhand rights. It's like, brother, what the fuck are you doing? Like what? Like just like put the combos together, bro. Like it just, and then like he would just like obviously Brady and that was one thing because obviously he had one loss before getting TKO'd by Bilal Muhammad, not being able to deal with the pressure and the damage of the punches. You know what I mean? Just covering up on the cage, doing very good to move consistently and constantly get out of there, trying to get the space so he could stay safe. And he was, because it was just non-fucking stop as soon as he got hurt. That Morales was on him, putting those bombs on him. And he would throw wild, he would miss the shots, and then he would okay, center it, 1-2, 2 shots or whatever, hurt him, get it back. And then it was just after 2 or 3 times, I'm just bro, just stop it and clean it up. And then it was just, that's when it was the couple punch combo that he just actually put together, put it on his chin, put him down, and it was just there you go, man. What was that of just the windmill roll? Oh my goodness, it's just crazy to see that after such good calculated striking.
But I mean, I guess it is also still good to see that it's he got uncomposed for a minute, he unraveled, but then got it back together of okay, I'm doing too much, let me
let me tighten up
Maybe
real
his mom
quick.
was in the background yelling at him, Michael, get your shit together.
And it's 18-0 coming in, the biggest moment of his career, fucking featured bout in MSG. It's huge. What, still 24 years old, I think, or 25?
26.
26, okay. But it's like still not even in his prime, so young. It's just like
7th fight in the UFC.
Like just a big moment. And to your point, it's like starting off real good. And because that's where it's like talking about like, okay, I'm worried about the takedown threat. And so like, let me have my hands and let me have my posture in a way to preventively be able to deal with this in a better way. Main event, Jack Della doing the same shit as always of just high guard, fucking wide base just in front of Islam. It's like, bro, like that,
what are you doing?
Yeah, easy works, But so like to your point of just thinking that Morales is someone that could actually pose some real big threats to this, it's like I definitely agree. He showed a lot of good shit in the Sean Brady fight.
Because that's what I did want to bring up is that like it wasn't obviously extended, so we didn't get to see how it would have worked out like throughout the whole fight. But with everything I was saying earlier about that, like he could be like the problem of the fucking division. I don't know that yet, but like I'm kind of just keeping my eye out for it. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Where he easily could be. He is showing so many great things throughout his fights, adjustments, just abilities, and all of these things that it's like he might actually be a problem.
And like 7-0 in the UFC, 7-fight winning streak. He has finished 5 of his opponents in that time, 4 of them in the first round. His last 3 have all been first round finishes, all against ranked competition.
Yep, and just to your point with the last 3 and being ranked, it's like the increase in like how many people where it's like, you're fighting the lower end and you're getting the finishes, but now you fight the better guys and now it's looking more lackluster. It's the exact opposite where it's increasingly impressive performances against more impressive opponents.
Took 439 against Neil Magny, 339 against Gilbert, 327. It's been lower each time.
And it's like for somebody that like gets a whole lot of first round finishes and stuff, for the 2 decisions that we have seen him in, it's not like he gasses out or like has like some crazy drop off. He might slow down a little bit by the 3rd round, but it's not like, oh, he's tired. Oh, he's gassed. Like, you know what I mean? It's just he knows he's cruising to a decision at that point, if anything, like.
But yeah, and because even with you like this morning bringing it up and like just talking about how like just that he might really be the problem, like it kind of clicked with me, and it's just like I feel like it makes the most sense that he's gonna actually be the biggest problem, because it's like he was just one of those people where it's like not as good of wins or whatever, against certain people, and like even just like with the like fighting Neil Magny and Gilbert Burns, you know what I mean? It's like the older guys or whatever, and we're seeing all these other guys have other opponents that we're looking at higher ranked and like more impressive, whatever. And so it's just like kind of more on that back end of like we're still waiting to see what exactly he has, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Where like all these other people were a bit more sure on where they might exactly be at. And so I feel like it just kind of makes sense that it's like, just been the dark horse and just like one of those things where, everybody looks at him as this striker and all of that, but it's like comes from a judoka family and like has that history, grew up on the mat. Like coach saying that it's like he came into the gym as just a wrestler and he's just going out there and knocking fools out.
Exactly.
Like,
so, and that's why I feel like, especially for someone like Islam, like he might be the biggest problem, because on top of like, actually having like, a size advantage and being a couple inches taller, but that reach, he has that
9-inch reach advantage, 8-inch reach advantage,
something stupid, but he has that judo background. He's big, he's physical, like he is strong. It's not like he's not like fucking Jack where he's a bit smaller and like Islam was comparable in like size. He's not a tall and lanky fighter such as like Ian or Carlos Prates or Leon Edwards, like he is a built strong physical guy with the judo background that has strong and good striking, and just it's like he might be the problem for Islam.
Like I'm pretty confident that motherfucker hits like 210 out of camp.
Like when you see him outside of camp, he looks fucking huge. It's crazy that he's a welterweight. But it's like, obviously, like I still do want to see a little bit more. It's just a might, but I feel like it's a very strong might, I just see like strong possibilities from him for sure.
I get it.
High potential.
And I understand that. It's just the only thing is like where does he go now? Just be what
Dana White was saying that this was a number one contenders fight prior to this happening. So like there's such a chance that he's the next guy.
Well, like, Sean Brady was number 2. Like it is that thing. Blal's hooked up with Ian Gary. Like So unless they do like something where it's like Islam isn't able to be defend for whatever reason, or I could see them doing a number 1 contenders fight, him versus Shavkat.
Like,
that's the only thing that I can really see for him next outside of a title shot.
If they ended up doing him versus Shavkat, then it's like I feel like we probably end up getting the Islam Usman fight.
Yeah.
And it's like it would obviously suck, but it's one of those things where it's like motherfucking Islam's done so much that it's just like it's whatever. Gift them with that.
Yeah.
Gift them with that fucking hopefully easier win or whatever. Just and talk about it might not be easy, but it's if that's who he wants to try and break that record against, give it to him. Let him do it.
Let him break
and dip.
Let him break the record after just winning one. Basically breaking Usman's like number 2 at the so there
like this fight got him ahead of Usman, so it's like now give him Usman, like that would be like the incredible greatest fucking lightweight of all time potentially, and Islam versus one of the is at worst second best greatest welterweight of all time in Usman, big fight for sure. But so much going on welterweight. We gotta see what happens. It's really gonna depend on timelines and just who the UFC wants to throw in there.
Yeah. Because it's like we talked about all the welterweight fights, and we have another welterweight fight right after this.
Bruh,
I was right.
That shot that Carlos Prates landed on Leon Edwards didn't even look like the craziest, most impactful punch. And the way that he literally punched him off of his feet, and then the fucking follow-up to just lights out. Like, that fucking image that they had on Leon on the ground afterwards, where the ref was over, and it's like the eyes and everything are open, but dude was just gone. Like, that was brutal, man. Carlos Prates with the second-round knockout over former welterweight champion and Leon Edwards. The first time Leon has ever been knocked out in his career, coming off of the first submission loss of his career ever. Obviously
turned into a grappler, man.
It's like obviously fucking Dave super rough for Leon, just a real bad 3-fight losing streak now. But this is now the third person Carlos Prates has knocked out in the UFC that has never been knocked out before. First it was the Leech, then it was Jeff Neal, and now it's Leon Edwards.
That's crazy.
A monster this dude is. An absolute fucking monster, a striker this dude is in the welterweight division.
Yeah.
I was about to say, he has finished all his wins in the UFC as well. He has only got the decision against Ian Gary, in which he almost finished the fight in the 5th round.
Yep. Fucking Ian Gary on his hands and knees crawling away from him.
Yeah. He's gotten a performance bonus in every fight except the Ian Gary fight.
Makes sense.
God damn. This dude is... He's good. He's a great striker. He needs to work on takedown defense a little bit.
I think his takedown defense is pretty solid.
It's alright. It's just one of those things where if it's gonna be his next, if the champion that he ends up fighting is he does need a lot of work in that aspect.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying though. Like, it's good for a majority of the welterweights against Shavkat, against Islam. I don't think it's enough.
It's not.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's good, but not good enough at the...
He's not going to work on it enough. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
He loses.
Probably.
But he has the potential to knock out anyone in this division.
Yes.
And that's just what it is.
So,
this motherfucker's going to find a way to knock you out. And it's Ian Gary, like you said, he got the decision because just being the better fighter, there's going to be the certain people at the top of the division that it's he's not going to be able to hang within the grappling. You know what I mean? And just and they're going to be able to win. But if you are not just a shit ton better than him, bruh, you're going to sleep.
Yes.
And even if you are better, you might end up just going to sleep because it just takes one.
Yeah. Just beat number 4 Leon. He's on his way up. I think him versus Jack is a fun fight.
My soul can't handle that. I want to go to bed now. I don't want to even think about that.
Let's say you go over here, Jimmy.
Holy shit. Prates knocks him out, honestly.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah.
I think he might. Yeah, but that'd be a great fight. That'd be a great win for him to, if he gets a knockout on that, you're definitely getting a title shot off that for sure.
Yeah,
that'd be good. I don't want to see it, but that would be good.
No, yeah, exactly. It's like, damn. It's like, again, number 9 beating number 4. He doesn't have a lot of options.
No, yeah, I get it.
I mean, as long as Jack didn't have any injuries in the fight, and he comes out healthy, I wouldn't be surprised if, especially since he hasn't been able to be the most active, if not taking the most damage, if he does try to turn around sooner than later, and then we know Carlos is active. It might be a fight that happens.
Yeah.
If they don't give Prates the title shot.
Yeah.
I doubt they give him the shot. I just think Usman and Morales both have a better claim at the moment.
Yeah, probably. Great win for Carlos Prates. That shit was nasty. But yeah, he's gonna knock out a lot of people in this division for as long as he decides to stay around.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to stay around for long, so
yeah.
We'll see. Let's go. Fucking main card opener. This shit was so fucking sad, man. Oh my god, this broke my heart. Cause the fight fucking started, and Benny just went out there. He fucking punched Benoit. He threw a fucking nice ass leg kick, and I was just like, "Oh shit, Benny's starting it strong. We're cooking." Face plant, and I was just like, "Oh."
That was literally how that.
Yeah. Get into a clinch. Like that. Left hook over the top. Benil goes down. Benoit comes up with one more from ground and pound shot, and he flattens out completely, and it was over 16 seconds into the first round.
Broke my heart.
Yeah,
I get it.
That
I was not expecting that.
So dumb. It was so dumb. It just. Oh my god.
But I was stupid for thinking that the guy that was knocked out 5 times prior would get knocked out by BSD.
Yeah, he's better than him everywhere.
Yeah, except for being chinny as fucking shit and running into shots occasionally.
I know.
Big factor.
And that's where it was like I said, I wouldn't have been surprised if fucking Benoit was able to clip him, but it was one punch, bruh. That,
and he struggled with the weight cut. He was the only fighter to miss weight by 1 pound, so he tried.
Yeah, it was just oh my god, that was. Right. I'm sure Benny probably retires after that one.
Yeah,
I thought he was. I was about to say it looked like he was staying off the tape on his belts. I thought he was about to retire right then and there.
Gotcha. I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, I just seen him kind of walking out, and I was like, "Ooh, he looks like he's about to retire."
Yeah. Super rough.
So, Benoit Saint Detroit versus Mateus Gamrot?
Sure.
Number 8 in the division. God damn it, this made me remember Paddy Pimblett's about to be top 5 because Islam's getting taken out the rankings. God damn it.
That's so true that is happening.
Let's do Benoit versus Charlie Olives, right? Give him Chucky O.
Go ahead, do it.
I'm down.
I think Oliveira knocks him out, but just because
that's fun while it lasts.
Yeah. Now, what are you guys doing if he knocks out Charles?
Crying.
Yeah, what do you mean? It's such an obvious answer.
Yeah, I know.
What? Load up the bullets, you know what I mean?
Tie the rope.
Oh yeah, that's I'm done watching UFC at that point. It's over. The jig is up, you know? There's nothing left.
He said he's going corporate.
Load the bullets, crazy.
Well, there's going to my wall. Come on.
Is your wall getting repainted as well?
Anyway, great times. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but yeah, I like you just one punch fucking number 9 in 16 seconds. You don't give him number 8. That's fucking
the
dumb.
only reason why I feel like you do is because Oliveira does feel like too high of a jump.
It does.
But Dan Hooker's fighting.
Yep.
He's not getting Patty. Gaethje is not taking that, and Max Holloway. Max would take that fight, bro. But that's still right there with Oliveira. But like Max would absolutely take that fight. That's another fun one. Fuck it, I guess him versus Oliveira
though. What is 155, bro?
What is it at this point?
Yeah, at this point, it truly is like, what is going on? Like, half of these people should be gone. And it's like, what? Like, Islam's about to get pulled out.
Yep.
Oliveira's got like 1.5 to 2 years at most, honestly. Yep. Gaethje's about to get pulled out at any time. Benny's about to retire more than likely. Why is Chandler still here? He's going to probably lose to Connor if they ever fight and then retire. Like,
and what did they have with Rufy still at 15?
Yeah, like this is a division. Ilya's trying to get out of the division.
I was about to say Ilya's trying to get out of the division. Yeah,
great stuff. Okay, but on like the plus side, you have Brian Ortega who wants to move up to 155.
And the UFC won't let him.
No. That's
Josh
not
Emmett wanted one fight there, but he's probably done.
And he didn't fight at he just fought at 45 against Yusuf and got subbed. Like,
here, let me cook.
Got Nazim Tatakov's fighting soon? Isn't he?
So.
I don't know.
But yeah, like we got people coming up, but it's just the rankings is just all fucked right now.
We're not paying attention to that. 170 exists, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with Benoit St. Detroit. We'll see where he goes. But yeah, great win for him. Gets a performance of the night, of course.
They were all 4 in a row. Michael Morales got one, Carlos Prates got one, Benoit got one, and then the prelim headliner got one.
Yep.
Bo Knuckle.
Yep. Because Benoit Benny wrapped up the main card onto the prelims. Bo Knuckle, Rodolfo Vieira. Vicious head kick knockout in the third round. I was not expecting Bo to be able to pull that out the bag. This is a crazy kind of thing of thinking about it. It's like, how the fuck we gonna let Bo tie for like the 4th most or 5th most landed significant strikes on the entire card at MSG? You know,
granted, there was a lot of finishes.
Yes,
that is true.
It's like there were 6 decisions in there. You know what I mean? But there was a lot of finishes.
But yeah, that was good for Bo Knuckle to get that done, get a bounce back after his first professional loss to RDR. As you mentioned, got a performance bonus there. But the prelims overall were really good.
Yeah,
there were a whole lot of good shit. We could just run it down real quick. Robocop versus Roman Kopylov. That was a fucking pretty damn good fight. Roman has a fucking chin on him.
Yeah, he does.
Tough as shit.
He ain't never been knocked out for a reason.
Yeah, ate so many big shots. And there was just that point where it's like the disrespect that Robocop had for him and was just walking him down in front of him. It was just like
crazy for someone who can get knocked out.
It's just like he's hurting him, having him backed up like all over the place. But I'm just like, bro, like Robocop's about to get knocked out at any moment. Like at any point, a stray left-hand or left kick's just gonna come flying off of the back foot and he's going down. Dude, they got clipped a couple times, got hurt, but you know,
those head kicks were coming out real fast too. I was surprised he didn't get caught with one.
Yeah,
Roman's officially lost more decisions than he's won.
It is insane though that the head kick knockout in the middleweight division came in the Bo Knuckle Rodolfo Vieira fight and not the Robocop Roman Kopylov fight.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Very true.
But either way, great fight.
Yep, yes. Good for Robocop. Get it done by UD. Aaron Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez 2 was on the prelim. Aaron Blanchfield gets it done in the rematch by rear naked choke in the second round.
First person to finish Tracy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, no, she's been subbed before, but I guess
Okay.
first person in the UFC.
Gotcha. I didn't really understand the game plan to just strike it out round one. Like, I guess it's one of those things where feel it out, and you know what I mean? Don't show shit right away, but like...
Well, I mean, I
it
heard
was
them mention the fact of like tiring Tracy out a little bit, like, you know, get her working, because I guess it's one thing that we do obviously have to give to Erin, that it's like, well, she's... I don't want to make the comparison to Mackenzie Dern because that's disrespectful,
Yeah.
but in the sense that her striking isn't great and she's going to move forward face up and like she's tough as shit and she's willing to go for it and slug it out, you know?
Yeah.
Where when she puts on this pressure, a lot of the people she faces can't hang with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, you know, just talking about like staying on the feet and striking it out with her so that like wear her down a little bit so that the takedowns come easier throughout the fight. And so I feel like when I heard like them talking about that, I was like, okay, that's fair, you know, because watching it, it was like, bro, you're walking face first into Tracy Cortez's much better striking than yours. Like,
yeah, because like I even said it like in the first round, I think it was at the end of it, where it's like Tracy was easily landing the bigger shots that like having like just more impact. But it's just like you said, like Erin is tough as hell. So it's just like it looked like none of it ever really did anything to her.
Right.
And so it's like she's throwing these bad combos and like clipping Tracy here and there, nowhere near as much impact. But it still looked like it was bothering Tracy way more than what her big fucking right hands just getting chucked at Erin's chin were doing to her. You know, like
which is so crazy.
I know. And so yeah, it's just like you said, maybe just like just being in there, the pressure on the feet, and just forcing those exchanges, just getting her like just flustered, uncomfortable, getting her a little bit tired. But it's like second round, went out there, got the takedown, just fucking ran through on that blast double, and got her down, just fucking grabbed that rear naked choke, didn't even have like the hooks in, just fucking got the fucking shit, just pulled her over, and that shit was pretty nasty. But yeah, that was good.
Yep.
But it's just I don't know what you do with her, bro. I don't know. She keeps on putting herself in a spot where you have to put her in like a basically number one contenders fight, or like give her that opportunity for the title. But it's like I don't.
I was about to say her versus Grasso.
She's not ready, bro. Huh?
Herbert.
Yeah.
That's really it. Like number one is Manon Fiorot. We saw that barely recently. I'd like. Who knows what goes on with Fiorot? She's retiring. She's not even that active anyway. And then Natalia Silva. Those are number one and number two. Grasso's number three. Blanchfield number four.
I don't want to see her fight Natalia Silva.
Nope.
She loses
Grasso.
that so easily.
Yeah.
Alexa Grasso's the fight. Or, you know, Macy Barber's fighting Karine Silva if she has her health in check and can fight that fight and can return at a decent enough rate, you know.
I know Erin said that she has no interest in ever.
Oh yeah, that's
again,
true.
so.
That's true.
Yeah,
I forgot that.
Which I understand.
100%.
I know, but it's just like a hard one because that is just such a good fight for her. That it's just like I do want to see that, but it's like her being unwilling to take that. It's just like you're just gonna take a fucking quicker L than you need to. But all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good for her though. Get the sub, get back on that finishing track. Ethan Ewing versus Malcolm Wellmaker, fucking big ass dog taking the fight on 2 days notice.
Upset of the year.
One of them for sure. If I
definitely
can't think
up there.
I can't think of the big ones off the top of my head, but I don't know, maybe fucking Honey Barcelos, Peyton Talbot, you know.
Yeah, there were some earlier ones.
See, and I understand that, but like a dude coming in unheralded, 48 hours notice.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where it's just like, damn, that's insane. Like, statistically, it might not be the biggest upset, but like,
yeah, true.
He came in. Look, it's been 25 years since MSG saw Ewing get to cook in there, so.
No, but yeah, it was a great fight. Like, I'm sure 99% of the MMA fans watching these fights and cared about this fight, knew about it, were like, Malcolm Wellmaker round 1 KO.
Yeah.
Parlay buster right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
In fact,
because the way that
97.
A chin on him. Because we've watched Malcolm Wellmaker coming out here and just knocking the shit out of people. And he was landing big, clean shots on fucking Ewing, especially round 1, right? Like round 1, he was definitely cooking him a little bit. And then Ewing just came out rounds 2 and 3 and was like, nah, this fight is mine. Malcolm slowing down a little bit. Like it was just.
Ewing came out round 2 just like, I understand it now. And just.
Yeah.
And it's like Malcolm was like there were multiple times where he would hurt him to the body, but he just never stayed consistent with those shots enough to actually like keep the pressure off, back him up, get a finish or anything. Just kept on going back to the head.
Yeah, he went there a lot. 35 of 45 body shots. 45% to the head, 45% to the body. Like,
Yeah. The problem is he wasn't throwing with Ewing in a lot of these sequences. He was trying to throw after Ewing was done strike, and that's the thing. Like he was landing the harder strikes. Obviously, I'm not in his head. Maybe he was getting more hurt than we realized. But like
he was cut and he looked clipped.
Yeah. So it's just like I feel like if he had been striking more with Ewing, he would have been able to get him out of there, or got the win at least because he would have been able to land at a higher clip.
No, yeah, for sure. But yeah, great for Ewing to put his name on the map, getting a win like that in his UFC debut. Short nose, good for him. Kyle Dawkins got a 50-second Darce choke over GM3. That was real sad for GM3 to see that. But yeah, just fucking went out there, clipped him, hurt him, Darced him. Simple, easy like that. Pat Sabatini got a UD over Chepe Mariscal. That was a real good win for him. Chepe a little bit cheeky in there, kind of looking like he was scraping at those cuts in the eye of Pat Sabatabs.
He definitely was, bro.
Yeah, not too great.
He looked like in the best shape of his life too in this fight. Like holy shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Pat Sabatini is just so goddamn physical though. It's just hard to keep up with that fucking grappling dominance. Because that's where it's like with Pat, it's not like he's just like a wrestler, got real good jujitsu on him, able to float on top. And like, because there was the point where it's like Chepe was fucking underneath, just like dipping and rolling in fucking multiple angles, trying, and Pat just floating on top every way, keeping position.
I was about to say, the scrambles in this fight were fun as hell. I will say that. That was so good.
Yeah.
Featherweight scrambles? Hell yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Fatima Kline showing her future championship prospect with a solid UD win over Angela Hill.
I thought that head kick was gonna take Hill out.
Looking like she could have been the first person to finish Angie like a couple times in there. Even just down to the end with the takedown and just, finishing the round with the fucking ground and pound and shit. Like multiple times she was finishing the round strong, where I feel like if she had a little more time, would have gotten her out of there.
Was it the end of the second round where it was like the little spinning back fist into the head kick or whatever?
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Super cheeky, super fun, opportunistic. Just, I
was like, oh, wow. I'm surprised. Like, Angie was wobbly, but obviously end of the round doesn't matter. But I was like, oh, is she about to finish Angela Hill here? Like, is she about to do it?
Yeah, and then because I think it was like the end of the third round where it was like the seconds were closing down, and I think they were like a weird grappling position, and it's like Fatima just fucking throwing the punches at her, and it was just one of those things where it's like it really just gave me like Kevin Holland vibes. Like that's what I picked up from it, where it's like when Kevin Holland was on his run in 2020 and just going, it's like he's just so opportunistic, and no matter what position or where you are, what range, whatever, he's trying to deal damage to you, and that is such a big factor in so many fights. And just like how he got that knockout over Jacare, just such a wacky thing. And it's like that's just what I was getting from Fatima, of just like going the fuck after it, of like, I'm going to hurt you. Like
people forget with that Holland knockout over Jacare, it started off like the reason Jacare wasn't moving in like more and trying to dominate more in that position was Kevin Holland landed like a hammer fist. And Jacare covers up, and then that's where he's able to keep his leg out, and then just come over with that punch. And that's like, it's just like, you sometimes gotta do shit like that.
Yep. So yeah, that just super impressive. 9-1 in her career, absolutely incredible. Let's see what she's able to do. More than likely grab a title in the next year or two, honestly.
Yeah.
Bisengur Susurkaev got a third round knockout over Eric McConaughey. This in the first fight I didn't get a chance to see. But I
saw it. I understand y'all now. I get it. He is not.
Because I know you were kind of giving him more opportunities, and now I'm glad you see it. Because like I'll give him the benefit of the doubt of being a 24-year-old, that he has time to grow, time to do better, time to reel it in. But I just think he is so average and mid everywhere. He can just find that knockout. And he usually does, which is really good for him. So, like, that's what brings it above, that he's actually able to find it, like, no matter where it goes. But it's like, yeah, he has 11 wins. 9 of them come by knockout. And I feel like that's why he wins fights, is because he can find that knockout, bro. Because someone like Eric McConaughey making his UFC debut, his 3 losses coming into this were all by knockout. And again, people just assuming, like, oh, Susurkaev going to get him out of there right away. And just the unimpressiveness from him and the way he turned himself into a bad grappler, going 2 for 7 on takedowns, like, it was just like, damn, not great.
I don't know what I think at the moment, because I said it on stream, or at least like I said it in the chat when someone asked, like, oh, it's Susurkaev winning a title. It's like, no, his ceiling.
This was his UFC debut? Holy shit, I'm sorry I lied. Anyway, go on.
It's funny because you said that and I thought that was wrong, but I was like, I ain't gonna question it. Like,
my bad.
I didn't even hear that. Yeah, Eric Nolan was, yeah. Because I was giving up greats for that one. But, or are you talking about Eric?
Not Susurkaev, Eric McConaughey. Yeah, he's
no,
now
yeah,
in the UFC. Yeah. I forgot that he fought Cody Brundage, and I didn't even realize he fought Nursultan earlier this year.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Anyway, go on. My bad.
I was about to say, all 3 of his fights have been this year.
Yeah.
But, hey, good for him. Making that money.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think the ceiling for Susurkaev is like top 15.
40,000, you said?
Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, he won one of them, so I mean,
yeah, that's 20.
Yeah,
it's 10 and 10, bro.
So who knows? But yeah, no, he. I think ceiling top 15.
Yeah,
and that's if he does not improve.
Gotta see if he can get better.
Well, yeah, no, that's if he doesn't improve at all.
Yeah,
that's just if he just does what he does, like a lot of fighters will do. Yeah, he's not going that far.
Yep. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with him. And then Mateus Camilo got a UD over Slava Claus, which is incredibly sad. Slava now 8-7-1 in his overall MMA career. Was that like a 3-4 fight losing streak or like something like that?
3-fight losing streak.
Yeah, he might get cut, man.
And honestly,
so bad.
I was about to say he honestly, like, he had the majority draw with Nazim. Lost Chase Hooper, got a split decision over James John Top, which could have been obviously a split decision, could have been a loss.
Yeah.
Then 3-fight losing streak, like
1-4-1 in your last 6 is rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah. Sucks.
I mean, bro, not for nothing. Is you just fuck like just 1-4-1 in your last like whatever. He's literally 3-6-1.
3-6-1 total.
Not good overall.
No, yeah,
you know, like.
But
that's where it's like 1-4-1. It's like at least like in his last 6, it's like he was 2-2 at least at a point. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like that's way better. Like,
yeah,
that's 2-2 with 2 finished wins, 2 decision losses.
Yeah, sure,
that's not bad.
It sucks.
And then Nazim took his soul.
Yeah, he's gonna be killed.
Yeah,
it sucks, but like. They can't. At most, they can give him one more fight. Because if he goes 8, if he's 8-9-1, they are not keeping him.
Yeah. Let's go. That is UFC 322. So much good stuff from that card. Kate absolutely cooked it on Tapology.
Yep.
Fucking destroying the group. Just came like fucking 80 overall in Tapology, I think, something like that. Absolutely cooked it. Let's fucking go home.
Yeah, I only got 2 wrong.
God damn.
I got 7 wrong.
I was about to say I got 9 right.
There was a couple that like I like going into it. I was like I should switch these, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna keep it. And,
the only one that I thought of switching was the co-main event.
Yeah, going into it, I was thinking about going Val decision, and then I was thinking about going Bonacle decision, like instead of keeping Hidalgo. But I was just like, I'll keep Hidalgo.
Yeah, I chose Zhang from my heart, so that would have been the one that like I could have changed because I knew deep down, but I didn't want to choose it.
Yep.
But then the Malcolm Wellmaker one, I just assumed round 1 KO, you know. So those were my only 2 wrong.
Everyone got that. 97% of Tapology went Wellmaker.
Yep. So yeah, and then we did have some draft fights. I was the only one to go undefeated. Let's go. Ginger was the only one to go unwinning. Let's go. I win another head-to-head matchup against Ginger. Let's go.
Yes, but I happily went the 2-1 that I wanted to because
Boom.
Jack Della Maddalena lost, so Islam won, and I wanted that.
Sure.
But then I got the win with Fatima Kline, officially bringing me to 3-0 this year, and then I got a win with Carlos Prates.
Boom.
Yeah.
No,
so what's the records looking like now?
You are at 21-10. I am at 23-10, and
Oof.
Ginger is at 23-12 and 1 no contest.
Ooh.
So you're still losing.
Brother, I still got fights that, god damn it, Armin does have to lose. Fuck my life. I could still end up better. I need Joshua Van Bogdan to win. I need you to lose all your fights and we're chilling.
Oh, yes, because Marab's going to lose. Yeah,
he's getting knocked the fuck out.
You're going 1-3.
By Piotr Jan.
You're going 1-3 is what's happening. Asu's losing, Jillian's losing, and Peyton Talbot is losing.
Robert's going to lose.
0-4 now. Rest of the year.
Okay.
0-4.
4-0.
I can't wait for Piotr Jan to knock out Marab.
Look, it doesn't even matter what Jimmy. To be fair, it doesn't even matter what me and your fighters do when Katie's over here with 6, 7 fights left.
I have 6 fights left.
That's why I'm not even talking about her, and I'm just saying how you're gonna do bad so I can do better than you.
Like, this is crazy. Like, how did we end up here,
motherfucker? Come on. That's all this ever has been for the last 3 years.
I was going to say, year 3 of this, and we're still like, well, I guess
like,
Katie wins.
The rules again that Kate doesn't win. You know what I mean?
What?
What did you say?
I said, like, how can we change up the rules again for the draft next year? So Kate
only gets one honorable mention.
Kate only gets one?
Yeah.
I'm down with that. We got 7.
That's crazy. If you guys get 7, I get to choose them.
You get to choose 2 of each of ours because it's like we each get 5, but like
we'll get 2 extra. That's how we do it.
That's why we're at 7.
No, I get to choose all of the honorable mentions if I get none.
No, you get 1.
Or if I get 1.
God.
You get to choose ours, but we get to choose yours.
No.
Let's go. But yeah, so the draft it's coming to a close soon. It's
we got fun. 3 more events for UFC.
Fuck, is that really it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because we have Qatar next week, and then in December we have the fight night 13th. And the
and that's
pay-per-view. Yeah.
Fuck. Crazy. No, because then there's another there's Manel Kopp and Royval.
Yeah, that's the 13th. The pay-per-view is the 6th.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Shit.
We have 3 cards left.
That's depressing.
Yeah, we're reaching the depression season, you know.
Oh God, I don't like this part
Seasonal
of the year.
depression, but it's just a few weeks that there's no fights.
What do you mean? You know that they aren't going to start the Paramount Plus without it on a fight night, so it's going to be a pay-per-view, and right now it's scheduled for the 24th. So we're going from the 13th to the 24th.
Bro, this is what happened when they were going into ESPN, and I remember it was the end of 2018 into 2019. And that stretch of time when I was working my office job, that I was like, everything is taking forever. Like, it was horrible. That was such that felt like an eternity of nothingness and sadness in my life.
Maybe I'll just, work my weekends away.
I guess I just play more video games or something,
That's true.
We're going to figure something out
anyway.
to do each week.
Yep. Let's end this freaking podcast, though, so we can get on to previewing motherfucking UFC Qatar.
Doha.
Oh, the Hangman's gonna go. Is he gonna hang or hook our man Armin Tsarukyan in Qatar? Let's go. We shall find out. Tune in for the next one to see how we feel about that or our non-true feelings, and we're gonna just be like, I don't know, this could happen or that could happen, Indecisiveness,
So true.
Goodbye.